Daniel with the Coppell Art Center, and we're featuring one of the artists from our current exhibit, The 100 Mile Show, curated by Coppell Creatives. And I'm here with artist
Elif Kıvanç.
And we're going to be talking about the works that she has in the gallery. So, Elif, you have 3 works in the gallery.
Yes.
These 2 pairs of pillows, along with this beautiful divider. Could you tell us a little bit about the works?
Okay, they are hand-woven materials. I have a old-fashioned weaving loom at home, and I weave the pieces. In the case of pillows, I weave the fronts.
Is it okay if I touch them?
Yeah, sure. And this one, the back is, again, a woven piece. The bigger one has a leather piece. They're all hand-punched, sewn together. And I embellish them with beads that I found all over the place.
Oh.
And that one is leather. This one has a full leather back. Obviously, they are not for relaxing on.
And what material is this?
This is, I use raffia and jute.
Okay, raffia, jute, cool.
And raffia is the gift wrapping rope that you use. It's the natural version of that. And this divider is all jute and raffia, and then it has some movement. These are called wefts, and they're just left open like that.
And why did you choose these materials?
I like working with natural materials. They're versatile, and they don't damage the environment too much. They are not easy on my hands, I must say. They're really rough, but I like their feeling and the look that they radiate. I think they look better than anything that's unnatural.
Well, they're quite beautiful. How much time did you spend on these pillows, for instance?
So it is a phase process. You start setting up the loom. Once you set up the loom, you can weave multiple fronts. So if it is narrow like this, you can just go hours and hours. But I would say once it is set up, I would say just weaving this much takes several hours.
This portion here?
Yeah, until starting from there, and so you can do the math.
And how big is this loom?
It's 8 by 8.
Oh, wow.
It's like a big cube.
My goodness.
Yeah, it's pretty huge.
And how long have you been working in textiles?
So I have a degree in textiles from college.
Oh.
I graduated in '92. So when I came to U.S., I'm originally from Turkey.
Right.
When I came to U.S., I think I purchased my loom in '94, '95. And I started using these materials. These were the materials that my professor in college were using. So that's how I was introduced to
And you studied in Turkey or in the U.S.?
I studied textile design in Turkey and then came here and did an MBA afterwards.
Also in textiles?
No, it's just business.
Oh,
MBA.
okay, right. Excellent. And so how has your Turkish heritage inspired your work?
So, weaving is big in Turkey. I mean, it has, we have a lot of ancient weaving pieces. We have a very strong rug weaving, carpet weaving tradition. So I like working with ancient tools and just try to just make them last as long as they can. I mean, I can't imagine just doing something better.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I remember when I visited Turkey, walking through the markets in Istanbul, and there was all these rug merchants, and everyone was selling just these gorgeous, colorful, beautiful rugs. And you do this in addition to your full-time profession.
Yes.
So does this serve as therapy for you? How would you describe this hobby?
Definitely it's a therapy. It's very meditating. The working on the loom is very meditating, and planning is very tedious. That's just, it's enough to take your mind off everything else. So it's great.
And another interesting thing that I noticed is the name choices.
Yes.
You have Ado and Pandora, Thea and Selene and Triton. They're very mythological. Why did you choose these names?
Well, I won't be able to tell you what they mean, but they're at the time when I was choosing the names, I usually look at the pillow and what it inspires me. And I research the Greek mythology and look for names that matches the look and the feel. I think those are like a mother and daughter duo in Greek mythology, if you look at them. So this one is waves, so this one's called Poseidon. I can't really remember the other ones, but that's how I come up with the names. Just
wow, that's very cool. This one I mentioned to you when we spoke the other day. It reminds me of the work by Magdalena Abakanowicz at the National Sculpture Center. Textiles are historically feminine medium. How do you view your works in the light of feminism and that tradition? Or do you at all?
I mean, I haven't thought about it actually. I'm sure when it first started, it wasn't only women who was weaving, because it is definitely not a woman task. I mean, I know a lot of famous weavers from Turkey, and unfortunately in the villages, and the workers who work at the villages, and the carpet making craft is basically done by women, and it is a great contribution to their lives and their livelihoods. I wish that it is promoted more to a wider audience and wider craftsmen.
Mm-hmm. And so is that what inspired you to study textiles in the first place?
No. The reason I started textiles was my dad was in textiles, and I went to, he was a manager at a factory, basically, and I used to go and see the yarns and the huge looms, and I like the smell of the chemicals in textile and the dyes and everything else, and it's just, that's why I chose textiles, I guess.
Excellent. And what does it mean to have your works exhibited here at the Koppel Arts Center?
It is very exciting. I mean, I would not be imagining this years ago when we first moved to Koppel 16, 17 years ago. And it is a great opportunity to have a center like this, and great opportunity to be able to exhibit my work here. It's just, I live like 2 miles down the road, and I'm here in this beautiful building. It's incredible.
Is this your first time you've had your work exhibited in a gallery?
No, I showed my work in Dallas Museum of Art.
Oh, really?
At one point, yes. There was an exhibition like that. It was during Christmas time, and I did a lot of outside shows. But this is the first time that is closer to home.
That's excellent. Well, is there anything else that you would like to say about your work?
I hope everybody enjoys it. It's definitely different. It's not many people do it nowadays, and it's great to be able to show my work in Koppel Arts Center.
Excellent. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed and that they make sure to stop by at the Coppell Arts Center to see these great works here in person for our 100-mile show. Thank you.